Which one?
Do this or something. Or just say. Hello, everybody. I am Kristi Sayles with TalkWithExperts.com, and I am tickled pink tonight to be with Joel Comm. Yes.
No, the pleasure is mine.
Thank you. And Phil Cullum of Conversations with Marketers.
Hi, Joel Comm here.
And we are here live at the Masters Seminar in Chicago, Illinois.
Very exciting.
Very exciting. If you have not been to a conference, you're missing out. Okay. But what we're going to talk about tonight, for just a few minutes, not as long as I want to, if you've never heard of Joel Comm, well, you're considered a newbie and you've been living under a rock or something. Okay.
Harsh.
Because Joel Comm has recently been famous for his Next Internet Millionaire reality show that I would have loved to have been on. But he's done more than that. He started worldvillage.com, and
Eons ago.
many of you are too young to even remember that.
1995.
But I'm not. And it was a very interesting site. And he's also the co-creator of Yahoo Games. And who doesn't love that? And his company, Infomedia, has just dozens of sites. I think dozens probably doesn't give
Hundreds.
Right, exactly. And he's a New York Times bestseller, author of the Adsense Code. Dr. AdSense, right here. Okay, so I have questions.
I have answers.
And
Then
Kristi
please.
will give a question or two, and then I have a few I want to
There you
give as
go.
well.
Fire away.
Okay. Well, we see these safety marks on these sites, like HackerSafe puts. How really valuable are they to an internet marketer?
I think they're incredibly valuable. When you see a trust mark like HackerSafe or the Better Business Bureau or ShopperGuard, what that tells you is that site has gone through some sort of standards. In the case of the Better Business Bureau, it's something small like just applying to become a member and then adhering to their bylaws and essentially responding to any consumer complaints. With HackerSafe, they actually run some very low-level tests on your site to make sure that certain ports on your server are secure so that a shopping experience and a visit to the site is truly secure. So we've seen conversions on websites where those seals are placed increase 30 and 40% because the consumer coming to the site says, this site is more trustworthy, so they're more likely to buy there. I highly recommend using not just one of the trust marks, but as many of them as you can put on your site, because it's kind of like in the military. If you've got one stripe, pretty cool. You got two, cooler. You got 5 stars on there, and whoa.
Because people are afraid that you're going to run off with their money.
Right.
And not get anything back.
Right, and the fact of the matter is the internet's so much more secure than going to the restaurant and leaving a copy of your receipt there.
And not only might you run off with this money, but somebody else might hack into my system. So even if I am honest, some dishonest person could take advantage of some vulnerability and run off people's money. So this is a very important mark of trustworthiness
Absolutely.
of your site.
That's an excellent point, too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I want to focus on your AdSense expertise and ask you this. If I am a new marketer, is it practical for me to think of AdSense as my only way of earning money, or should I think of AdSense as a nice bonus on top of what I'm earning elsewhere?
Right. Good question. I like to look at AdSense as the easy button for making money online because Google makes it so easy. You apply for an account, you create your content, you copy the code, you paste it on your site, And when visitors come, you're going to earn off a certain number of visitors to your site from that traffic. But that's just, I love passive income. My favorite 2-word combination, passive income. But the 3-word combination I like even more is multiple revenue streams. So, monetizing your content with AdSense, with banner ads, with affiliate programs, you can do that. Creating your own products, information products, ebooks, courses, and selling those is another revenue stream. Selling other people's products as an affiliate is another revenue stream. Having member sites where you're charging a membership fee each month. So there's no one way to do it, but you have to find which models work within your particular niche. And I'm a fan of all of them.
And if one particular web page could have multiple ways of being monetized?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we've got web pages that have Google ads on them, Contera ads, shopping ads, banner ads, exit pops. I've probably got some web pages that make money 7 or 8 different ways. And the beautiful
and Google
thing,
doesn't get jealous about that.
No, Google, only has so much control. They ask that you do not put any ads on the site that mimic Google ads. So if somebody came out with a product that looked just like Google ads, then they would say you can't run those on the same. But for the other ads we run, Google doesn't have a product similar to them, so they really can't say anything.
Okay. Well, if I were going to try to maximize my AdSense revenue, are there certain subject matter areas where I would find it be most attractive as far as getting particular amounts for the ads I run?
That's a good question. There's actually 2 schools of thought. One is, let's find profitable niches that with the high-paying keywords and build a site around that. That's okay if that can keep your attention. My fear with most people is that initially they'll get excited about that because of the high-paying keywords, but you have to keep creating content on a regular basis. And if you don't do it, then Google will see your content's not fresh and you're going to get less organic traffic from them. So if I'm to build a site, I want to be excited about it. I want to be interested in it a week down the road, a month down the road, a year, 3 years down the road. And I think when you're just chasing a niche, you're less likely to keep that excitement. But if you build a site that focuses on your passion, something that you care about, you're far more likely to give that site a lot of tender, loving care and nurture it and grow it. Again, it's a very natural thing. And so that would be my advice.
Okay.
All right. Sounds good. What are the most effective questions that you can survey your list with?
Oh, boy. Just about anything.
And why would you do that? Why would you survey a list?
Good add on there, because you want to survey your list because you want to find out what they want, right? If you find out what they want, then you can create content and products and services to meet those needs. So doing a survey, you have to pick a niche, for example, whatever that niche might be, and then ask very pointed questions in that particular niche, because you're going to be developing products and services. They're going to tell you what they want to buy, and then you create that product. And it's brilliant. Surveys are a great way.
And once I get that information and I'm in the process of trying to analyze it and determining the product to create, how do I go about taking that data and extracting from it the salient points that let me pull together a useful product? And how do I get that product? I mean, I don't know a product from a hole in the wall, maybe.
Okay.
Especially if I'm a newcomer.
Well, it's a big question. To learn how to extrapolate data, you're just going to have to look at the answers and see what are people talking about most. Whatever they're talking about most is going to be the first thing that you want to address. Right. There is some analysis software you can get, but I think in a very rudimentary type of survey, as we're talking about, you can just eyeball and see, oh, this people want to know how to build sites with AdSense. This guy wants to know how to build a site with AdSense. This one wants to know how to write an ebook, and figure out what it is they want. And then, as far as creating a product, the easiest thing to do is to create an information product, because the information is here, right? And you could take it and you can create yourself an ebook. You can create an audio file that people can download. You can create a course, maybe a video that you then put on DVD and ship out. You can register people for a teleseminar, a live event where you bring an expert on the phone with you, and people would be willing to pay to attend that event, or you do the teleseminar or webinar for free, and then you upsell the people on that event into another product or service that you have. And basically, you want to get people into the funnel. At the very top of the funnel is your free or your ethical bribe, and then you get them into a low-price ebook or a course, which moves them to a higher-end course, and then coaching or live events.
Okay.
Okay. What if one day you lost your entire list? It's gone. You don't have it anymore. What are you going to do?
Start over.
How are you going to do that? What's your action steps?
Okay, are we talking in the same niche that I was in before?
I suppose so.
Assuming that I've already had a business and my list, through some disaster disappears, I would begin with the contacts that I already have. Relationships are everything. And, whoever said it's not what you know, it's who you know, I think they really nailed it, because relationships are everything, and the joint ventures and the partnerships that we build, they can take away your business, but they can't take away your name. As long as you've been ethical and responsible in your business, you can always go back to the people that you know and say, hey, here's what happened. Would you help me here again? Send this offer out. We're rebuilding the list. You can always create a new product. As long as you're creating value, right? We're not talking about going out there and begging, please help me build my list. Please. Although there will be a number of people that would be compassionate towards that and help you just to be good, good-natured. But if you're going to bring value, then people are going to be all too happy to help promote that.
One way that I think of that you might be able to assist people with is building a business just using AdSense as a starting point because of the easiness of getting back into that. That would be a way you could rebuild from nothing.
Absolutely.
Day one, almost, you'd be back in business.
Right.
And if I'm going to do that, I know that you have in the past put together some information for people on doing that. First of all, your book, the Adsense Code, that anybody could buy on Amazon.
Right.
And probably most physical brick-and-mortar bookstores as well.
Right.
So that would be very helpful. But also you put together what you called AdSense templates.
Yes.
Can you tell us what an AdSense template is and why they're useful to particularly to perhaps a new marketer?
Sure. Great question. If you're like me, you can't design a website, and you may not know HTML and how to lay out a website. So with AdSense templates, what we did is we created niche templates in hundreds of different niches with multiple formats, so that somebody who wants to get started can have an easy button to get their website up and running quickly. The templates are full graphical headers, which are customizable for your own text on it, and layouts of pages that work in multiple formats: WordPress, Hyper-VRE, Excite Pro, PHPBB, and plain HTML. So that when you put the website template up, all you have to do is focus on the content. We've already shown you where the AdSense ads go. So you plug in your AdSense Publisher ID and just add content. It's kind of like just add water, instant website. And that way people can focus on the thing that they're really good at, and that is sharing whatever their passion is through their content. Good.
Now, are those templates, and you created hundreds and hundreds of them, are they still available for people?
There are. We can offer those at monthlytemplates.com. We actually offer a program where each month people can get 50 new templates sent to them on CD along with some bonuses. And so that's 50 templates each month with 50 unique headers in all 5 formats, as well as 5 brand new private label rights articles for each template. Because what we don't want to do is give somebody a naked template and they don't know, well, how does the content work here? So there's 5 articles of content ready to go, and then it's their job to add fresh content on top of that. And you have to do that. You don't want to use the templates with just those 5 articles. There's no point. You won't be able to build your empire that way. You have to add content.
Okay. And the thing that comes to my mind in that kind of a context is the duplication that might exist, and will that be well, you're using this for AdSense, not for AdWords, but I just wonder, is that an issue that multiple people, you may sell those to many people who are in your client list?
That's a good question. And again, if you stop just at the 5 articles that we give you, then you're going at the business the whole wrong way anyway. Ideally, you might use 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 of those articles, but you're going to be adding so much of your original content on a regular basis that those articles are going to be insignificant. They're really there as placeholders. Now, if which is why, if that's all there is to your site, you're not going to have success.
Okay. Okay. I'm wondering if there's anything you're going. Well, there's another project you've had that I think our viewers would like to hear about, and that is your reality show. Can you just tell us what the premise was of that and how you went about it?
Yeah, basically I took a look at the two pop culture phenomenons, reality television and video online, especially YouTube, and I thought, the time is right for a top quality production where the two merge. And so I got with my partner Eric Homeland, and he had told me he'd been wanting to get into video production, so the timing was right. And we auditioned nearly 300 people that submitted a 2-minute audition on YouTube. We selected 12 of them, brought them out to our location in Colorado for a 2-week period, brought in 12 internet millionaires to teach them, and it was kind of an apprentice meets YouTube type thing where they had challenges every day, individual and group challenges, and at the end it was a lot of fun. At the end, one person won $25,000 in a joint venture with me, and we raised $70,000 in that joint venture in a 1-week period. So it was quite successful.
And are those videos still available on YouTube?
They are. They're actually at nextinternetmillionaire.com is the website. Okay. We actually used a site called Rever because they delivered higher quality videos than YouTube did, and we also offer the entire show in HD on DVD when people purchase the Secret Classroom from us. And the Secret Classroom is all the teaching that the contestants received. Now, during the show, each 52-minute episode, you only saw 3 or 4 minutes of teaching, but they actually received 2 hours each day. And there's a total of 23 hours on 12 DVDs in the Secret Classroom, and people can learn about that at secretclassroom.com.
Okay. Kristi, you have another one you want to ask?
Yes, I do. Okay. As a writing coach, I see that learning to write is possible for anyone.
Absolutely.
Okay, so what do you think about people that just take private label articles and just put them as is, just right there into, Article Marketer and blast them out and that kind of thing? Do you think that that is helping them at all?
It might in the short run, but they're not building a business. They're just trying to find a way to take some money off the table. I don't think that's very smart. I think if you're going to put time and effort into doing something online, why not actually build something that's going to pay off in the long run, right? When you build a house, you lay that foundation, and then you set that frame, and brick by brick, you build it. And then if you want to go to the second story, you add to it. Now, if with a website, if you look at it that way, pretty soon you've got an apartment building, and then you've got a skyscraper, and you've actually spent your time building something that somebody would want to come along and say, I would like to buy that from you. So, if people just want to do activities that are there just for today, well, guess what? Tomorrow comes, and what are they going to do? Just for today.
Right.
And the day after that. Why not build a business?
Right. That reminds me of what Ben Mack was talking about.
Ben is a smart man.
Right.
And a friend of mine. I like him a lot.
I enjoy
Hey, Ben.
you. Hi, Ben. But, special reports, how important do you think they are to a marketer?
You mean coming out with free PDFs?
Free reports, that kind of thing.
I am a huge proponent of giving away content. Every month, I create a new report, a 30-page report on a various topic, and I give them away to my readers. There's no strings attached. Usually we don't even have an opt-in. We just say, here it is, here's some great content for you, enjoy it. And that builds relationship. If you're just selling and pitching products all the time, then people are going to feel beat up and that you don't really care about them. And I do care about the success of people, and I want to make sure that they're equipped. And, if somebody has a need and we can meet that, then we're far more likely to meet that need than to go sell a product.